Welcome back, and the big one of the day is the Goodwood Handicap listed race. Weight for age conditions, 1,300 metres, and we have got a ripping field. Horses we'll take a look at in replay include Arctic Park, Ripped, and also Vain Crusader, and they all come out of Marasco's win in the Newmarket. And punters up there, if you're wondering where Paul Harvey is, he's followed Marasco across to Caulfield to run in the JJ Liston Stakes on Saturday. And good luck to everyone involved with the mighty Marasco over there at Caulfield on Saturday. We'll hear from Paul King and William Pike. They'll be riding Ripped and Vain Crusader respectively. Tarzi goes into stronger company. Ran well though at his first up run. And Paddy Carberry's got the ride, and we'll have a chat to Pat. Also Mansion House and Exotic Nights are other race replays we'll take a look at. Other horses in the race. Well, number 2 is Scenic Shot. We all know how good he is. We haven't seen him since he's 4th in the Perth Cup. They want to get him across to Melbourne for the Caulfield Cup. I'm not too sure whether or not this will be his race. Barrier 3, 1,300 metres first up. The Mornington Cup winner, Count the Cash. They've finally got him to the racetrack. He's had a few little setbacks. He has been earmarked for a start in the Calgary Cup. I'd imagine they're a little bit behind the 8 ball, but they'd like him to perform well in this. Field Commander, what a return to form it was when he zoomed down the outside to win on the 28th of July, beating local legend hands down. Attraction resumes. Now, the trial was okay behind Wingate Street. As I said, we've got Ripped and Tarzi in replay. Wingate Street won that trial. Look, it's the pace in the race, and I reckon he'll look the winner for a long time. Banner Storm was disappointing. Well, I wouldn't really say disappointing against Field Commander. In fact, after missing the start and hitting the barriers, it wasn't a bad run. And then the next run was behind Marasco, beaten 7 1/4 lengths when out of his class. And as I said, we'll have a look at the other runners. Well, let's roll tape now and go back to the Newmarket. And as we have a look at the runners, Arctic Park behind the speed there in those blue, pink and yellow colours. Ripped is getting to the clear and about to charge up on the outside, and Vain Crusader ends up widest runner. If you haven't seen this before in replay, just watch Marasco finish along the inside like the real champ that he is.
The turn, and Vain Crusader taking off for Turner is going to try and cover the field wider on the course. Coming around the bend though, and Real Mac is amazing together, straightening up. They make the turn, locked together, 2 lengths. Ripped now. Marasco's tracking right up on the inside when they come to the 300, and he's got plenty of room to come through as is amazing. Grabs Real Mac. Marasco hugging the Dulux, bursting through quickly. Look at the Mighty M go under the 60 kilograms. Marasco put paid to is amazing, and Ripped and Marasco, well, if there were any doubts about him coming back, they've been dispelled quickly. He absolutely towed them up in the Newmarket under the big weight. Marasco stormed home on the rails to beat either Ripped or is amazing. In behind them, Vain Crusader, Arctic Park, Banner Storm.
Paul, you'd have to be happy with the way Ripp's performing at the moment. Runner up at his past 3.
Yeah, no, he's been going pretty good, Wes. You know, he's run 3 good seconds and 3 good races. So, you know, just hopefully he can go one better.
You made a real good case for him, and no doubt he's going to start favourite in the race. Is there any horses in the event that you consider a danger?
Well, obviously there's a couple in there that you sort of, you know, Arctic Park, you know, he has his in and out days as well, and probably wasn't that bad a run the other day. I thought Vain Crusader was a great run in the same race. You know, sort of worked home quite solid at the end, and you'd expect further improvement from it in this week. Besides that, I really think that he's a form horse leading into the race, and you know, I'd be very disappointed if he doesn't win.
William, having your first ride on Vain Crusader, certainly a good pickup ride.
Yeah, very nice pickup ride. I know that Mr. Andrews has a high opinion of this horse, and hopefully he'll showcase that on Saturday.
Did you get to have a look at his first up performance?
I did actually. I watched his. Oh, my eyes were actually pretty well glued on Marasco, so I seen the race, but I didn't pay a lot of attention to him.
The good thing is there's no Marasco in this race, but his effort wasn't too bad.
Yeah, no, it was a good effort. He ran home solidly, and I expect him to go quite well.
Who do you see as the ones to beat in this race? Ripped's been racing in very good form.
Yeah, Ripped, and I thought Mansion House was a real good run first up, but we've got a favourable barrier, and hopefully we can take the most of it.
Well, the Neville Parnham trained Tarzi resumed off a pretty good trial. That was behind Volition, and this run was full of merit. He looked like the one runner do him good from the paddock, and he was in this race until getting collared late by Field Commander.
50 metres out, drifted the leader. Legend Express trying to push up on the fence once again to try and get on equal terms when they corner. They're a length over Local Legend, easing around their heels. Tracked now by Hide the Loot to the middle of the course from Tarzi, and then came Maximus Moneyus. Banner Storm is struggling. It's Drifter at the 250 from Local Legend. 2 lengths Tarzi, Hide the Loot can't go on. Field Commander from the back of the field is coming with a mighty run now. He's flying Local Legend. Tarzi, Field Commander swamping them. Field Commander, Local Legend hit it. Oh, not sure. Local Legend, Field Commander split the line together in the last. Leave it to the judge. Then came Tarzi in the middle with Legend Express.
He did look, as you say, very, very forward.
Yeah, he was pretty forward. He's been in work a fair while, with a few good races over at Kalgoorlie in mind. And he had a trial as well. But his fresh record isn't all that good, but certainly his best fresh run for a while.
Is he capable of running a race against some of these? They're a handy group that he's meeting.
Yeah, he meets a good group at weight for age, which is probably a little bit against him, but he has trained on well and he has improved a fair bit.
Well, we all know how good Mansion House is, and he resumed off a pretty good trial too, with a big weight in a sprint behind the Smart Centrum. Just watching, getting up on the inside in those brown colours. Nice effort first up.
Inside third, Summer Crossing. Over on the outside, next of All Stars in My Veins. Behind the Mansion House, just getting one off the fence, approaching the turn, demands attention. About 4 lengths off the leader when they turn the corner. Given Vision held up behind them. Now he's trying to follow Mansion House through. Straightening at the 300, Centrum. Called upon properly now. He shows him the stick and he responds well. Centrum breaks away from Mansion House. Given Vision in pursuit, demands attention behind them, but Centrum's broken away from them. Down the outside comes Second Omen with a late run, but it's all Centrum, and Centrum too good here. He ran out the 1200 strongly today, beat Mansion House or Second Omen from Given Vision, demands attention.
Well, the only mare in the race is Exotic Knights, and they've got a very good record in the Goodwood. Bell Bazaar won this race last year, and Arthur Mortimer's great mare in Tribula won it 2 years in a row as well. They're getting well at the weight for age scale. But Exotic Knights, Link Robinson this particular day, shot her to the lead. It was 1,400 metres. She had 57 kilos, controlled the race. Look, I'm not too sure of the format of this race. We haven't seen Siesta Park, but the 4th horse, Arcade Game, ran very disappointingly at Belmont on Wednesday.
Up to the turn, 2 lengths Russian Playmate in a handy spot on the outside of By How Fra, then Lust for Dust, which is on the improve from Arcade Game, and the tail end of Lombo Choice as they swing the corner. Coming around the bend at the 400, Exotic Knights now being asked to quicken. A length the break, Siesta Park back on the fence to By How Fra, followed by Russian Playmate, Arcade Game. It's Exotic Knights down inside the 200 though, still with a clear lead on Siesta Park and Russian Playmate. She's finding plenty. Exotic Knights, they dished it up to her. Siesta Park can't do any better, and it's all the way for Exotic Knights. Exotic Knights beat Siesta Park. 3rd Russian Playmate, Arcade Game, ran 4th.
Selections in the Goodwood found it a pretty tough race, but in the end, the blinkers go back onto the veteran Arctic Park. Here's the horse best suited under weight for age conditions, and I'm going for him. He just seems to win when he draws well and they go forward on him. And I've got him in the breeze in my speed map, and that's where, if he gets to that position, he'll be awfully hard to beat. I think the one that will probably start favourite here is 6 Ripped, chased home Marasco. Meets Arctic Park 3 kilos worse for that run, but is in wonderful form. 4-year-old Vain Crusader didn't really impress me that much in the Newmarket, but by gee, he looked well, so I wouldn't be surprised if that one really switches him on. 3 back the fence, this is where he could be in the run. And the leader, Wingate Street. Look, this horse just swept all before him last campaign. The trial was good enough to suggest those sort of conditions, rolling along out in front, he'll give you a good sight. And I know William Pike, who's riding Vain Crusader, found it a very difficult decision to choose between the two. So 1, 6, 10 and 8 numbers in the Goodwood.